Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into David M. Hughes Stadium for Hopkinton Hillers varsity football. And here come your Hopkinton Hillers as they get set for this Week 10 non-playoff matchup. And welcome in Oliver Ames for a TVL versus Hockomock matchup. It should be a good showdown tonight. Tom Nappy alongside Wally Hannaberry. Welcome into the broadcast booth. Mike Terosian running the tech today. We got Denise Suntaki on camera. We got the A-team, Wally.
That's us.
So Oliver Ames coming into this game 4-5. Hillers are 2-7, and these two teams, they actually met a few seasons ago in the 2021-2022 season. It ended up being a 35-16 Hopkinton Hillers win. The Hillers are hoping for some similar success here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. They really want to try to end the season on an upswing. You know, they've had this, not the season they were hoping for at 2-7, but I think it'll be nice if they can win one tonight and then go into the Thanksgiving Day game with a little bit of momentum.
And right now at the center of the field, we got the captains meeting up for the coin flip. There's your Hiller captains. Good to see them all healthy, ready to go. Julian Rivard, number 7, leading the way. You got Danny Boulos out there. He was out for a while. Good to see him back. You got Sean Baker as well as Jacob Desolitz. For very good captains for this Hiller team. Certainly some good leadership. And Wally, you know, it's a bit of a younger team this season. They only have, I think, 7, 8 seniors on the roster. A lot of sophomores, good amount of juniors. So it's kind of a program in development, if you will, you know, with so much youth on the roster.
Yeah, you're right. And there are a lot of guys coming up. Last year was a heavy senior-laden team as well. Julian Rivard is a senior this year, and it's tough to lose a good quarterback like him for next year. But, you know, the second quarterback who played, Josh Quintello, when Rivard was out, played reasonably well. And I think with another year under his belt, next year he'll come back and be a strong quarterback and probably captain as well.
Absolutely. And the captains for Oliver Ames, you got Thaddeus Bloomfield, Pat DeLawfrey, Thomas Whiteside, and Mylon Banks. Oliver Ames led by head coach Jack Sparazza. The Hillers led by head coach Mark Sanborn. And it looks like Oliver Ames has deferred. So it looks like the Hillers are going to be getting the ball first.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, no, Oliver Ames is going to be receiving.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping that the Hillers would get the ball first because they've had such a difficult time this year losing a lead early and then trying to play from behind the whole game.
And here come the teams, and we are just about ready for football. And in just a moment, we'll send it down to field level. It's a nice, clear night out, 45 degrees, a little chilly, but great football weather. Let's send it to the PA
Welcome
announcer.
Welcome to David M. Hughes Stadium at Hopkinton High School for tonight's football game between the Oliver Ames Tigers and your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Hopkinton High School is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship. Please respect all players, fans, coaches, and officials. Disrespect of any kind will not be tolerated. Now, if you are able, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
And there you have it, and we are ready for some Friday night football here at Hopkinton High School on this November fall day in Wally. Absolutely perfect football weather out there, I would say.
Yeah, I think the season has been perfect weather for football all year. Very little rain, very little wind even, and we all have been experiencing the drought, and you can see it on the field, unfortunately. But perfect weather to be playing football.
It most certainly is, as the Hillers are set to kick it away. Left to right across your screen, the Hillers in their home green jerseys with white numbering with the orange outline. Oliver Ames in their away white jerseys with the orange helmet, the orange numbering. And we are set to go here at David M. Hughes Stadium. And Wally, that wind blowing a little bit out there, that could affect the kicking game a little bit. We shall see. And this is going to be a low sailing kick back to about the 20-yard line. Return is up the far side, and a pretty good return up to about the 35. And that is where we will see Oliver Ames start their first drive of the game.
Yeah, this is about where I say every time that the Hiller defense has to come out and try to get the Hiller offense on the field quickly without any damage done, and they want to try to keep it in such a way so that when the Hillers get the ball, that they won't be in very, very poor field position. So hopefully the defense can do their job on the first drive here and try to get off the field and get the Hillers back offense on the field in great field position.
The Oliver Ames offense led by senior quarterback Pat DeLawfrey, as he is set up in the gun with a man in the backfield, and we have some confusion, it looks like, from Oliver Ames to start.
Yeah,
they're actually getting the yard marker.
Yeah, the sideline, get the chain gang.
So they're getting the down marker placed, and we are ready to go. DeLawfrey out of the gun, takes the snap, hands it off, run up the middle, and it's going to be good for a couple yards before he is stopped by a number of Hillers.
Yeah, a mountain of green shirts there with the stop after about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
I believe that was Ben Walter on the run for Oliver Ames, and that'll bring up second down and about 7 to go.
Yeah.
Out of the gun once again. This time the back is to his right. Play action. Throws up the middle, and it's knocked out of the grasp of his intended target, Harold Smith. Good defense there by the senior, Matt Bernardin.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 now. That's an advantageous position for the Hillers here. They can get one more play here and one more stop. That'll get them off the field and hopefully get good field position for the offense.
And that's what the Hiller team needs, get their defense off the field. It's been a problem for some of this season. And we'll see if they can get that done tonight. It is a throw up the far side. It's picked off. Intercepted. And on the interception, it's number 6, Matt Bernardin.
26-yard line.
Yeah, super coverage there by Bernardin. Really had him stride for stride the whole way down the sideline. I'm surprised the quarterback threw it and probably had nowhere else to go with it. And Bernardin just was right there waiting for it. Good, real coverage right inside the Oliver Ames receiver's jersey.
And that's a great way to start for the Hopkinton Hillers. And Wally, we haven't seen this Hiller defense get too many turnovers, so it's good to see them come out right away, get a nice turnover. Certainly puts the momentum in your favor.
Right, really gives like an added a bit of a jolt, a little bit of adrenaline there for the Hillers coming right out of the chute here.
Hillers working left to right. They'll start this drive at their own 29. Play action. We have a whistle.
Probably going to be a false start.
I think so. They're going to move back 5. And this is one thing the Hillers can't do. In a lot of cases, they make a good play, and then they shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty.
Yeah, it really has been a problem this year that we've seen.
So they will move back to the 24-yard line. That'll make it a 1st and 15 to go.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit harder. But first down, hopefully you can make up for it a little bit here in the first couple of plays.
Julian Rivard out to the huddle, and we are set to go.
Rivard, is it?
Rivard is going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. Two receivers spread out to his right, and he's going to throw to his right, and it's dropped by his intended target, Nick Pedroli. A rare drop there by a reliable target.
Yeah, a little overthrown, a little bit over his head. Tough ball to catch, I think, but, a possible catch. Questionable drop.
That'll bring up second down.
They're saying they can hear you, and I don't know why. They're saying they can hear them the whole time.
Because your mic's on.
But it's not.
The windows are open. That's right, the windows are open. They don't like to put on headphones.
Back to the line they go. Rivard with an empty backfield. Motion from left to right. And he is going to hand it off. It's going to be an end around. Buentello trying to find the edge, and he's brought out of bounds for a small loss. On the stop was Robbie Dobbin.
Yeah, not much doing there on the end around there. Unfortunately, I hate seeing the Hillers in a long situation and trying to go east to west instead of north and south.
So that'll bring him back to the 23-yard line and make it a 3rd and 16 to go. You can hear that wind howling a bit, Wally, and I'm sure that's going to affect the passing game a little bit.
Yeah, the wind has picked up since the Star Spangled Banner.
And it looks like we have another false start.
That's because
Or we'll see if someone on the defense jump, but yeah, it's going to be against the Hillers here. So that'll push them back another 5 and make it a 3rd and 21.
I don't have an input.
Rivard back out to the huddle. And the Hillers are going to need a big play here to keep this drive going. So you'd tend to think that they're likely going to try a pass play here.
Or just a run and then punt.
Rivard with a back to his right. He's back to pass. Rolls to his left under pressure. And he's going to throw up the middle. And it's gone.
He's got it.
And he is gone. Nick Pedroli, wide open field in front of him. And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hillers.
Touchdown.
Wow, that's a 75-yard touchdown throw right there for Rivard. Boy, he had pass rushers in his face. He was scrambling around, stepped up in the pocket just about to the line of scrimmage and let it fly, and Pedroli was behind the last man on the defense, and he reeled it in for the touchdown.
Well, how about that?
Yards after catch right there, too, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
About 40.
He's already probably got 10, 12 fantasy points, right?
Yeah, right.
And now for the extra point attempt, and it's end over end, and it's good. And the Hillers take a 7-0 lead with 9:28 left to go in the first quarter. Wally, you certainly can't get any better of a start than that. You get an interception to give the offense the ball, and the result, 75-yard touchdown, Nick Pedroli.
Yeah, really something, too. And they put themselves in such a hole. It was 3rd and forever, 3rd and 25. And Rivard was able to step up in front of the pass rush, step up in the pocket and let one fly. And Pedroli was behind the defense. And after that, all he had to do was run.
And Wally, it was actually 76 yards.
Officially.
So now the Hillers are set to kick off. And on a rare instance at home, they find themselves ahead.
Right, they got a lead here. Now let's see if the defense can keep it going.
Absolutely. The Hillers, they got a nice win last week against Dover Sherborne in a non-playoff game. And we've seen it that this team just continues to get better and better. The kickoff sails to the 20-yard line. Here comes the return up the middle. It's going to be a good return to about the 49-yard line. That's Thomas Whiteside on the return. So Oliver Ames going to have good field position to start their second drive of the game.
Yeah, Whiteside caught that. He's one of the up men, bigger kid, probably up there to block. And he gets the ball, and the Hillers had a tough time bringing him down. And he was able to rumble all the way to the 49, right about to midfield.
So we'll see what this Oliver Ames offense is going to do. Are they going to try to maybe run the ball a little more? They came out pass heavy. The result, an interception. We'll see if they shy away from that a little bit.
Yeah, it was a deep pass. And I think the strength of the Hillers defense all year has been the secondary.
It's going to be a run here up the middle. That's going to be a first down to about the 40-yard line he goes. On the carry was Mitchell Callender, a sophomore. And he's listed as a lineman, Wally.
Yeah, probably a fullback, right? But like I said, I think the strength in their defense is the secondary, where they've had trouble against the run.
They're in the hurry up here. Callender gets it again, and he crosses the 35 before he's dragged down after about a 6-yard pickup there.
And the Chains are going to move now. I guess they spotted him short of the first down in the last run.
So they mark him at the 34-yard line. Another good pickup there for Oliver Ames.
Short pass batted down.
Good defensive play there.
Fitzpatrick.
By I think the Desselitz, the captain there on the line, batting down the pass.
Well, Oliver Ames in the hurry up. They're trying to see if they could catch this Hiller defense off guard. But the Hillers were ready for that play. 2nd and 10 now. Delafree is out of the gun with a back to his left. He's going to hand it off. And off tackle goes the back, Ryan Loring, trying to find some space up the far side, finds a little bit, and he's brought down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Yeah, he kind of hit the line and was met with resistance at the line of scrimmage there and bounced outside, sidestepped one tackle, and then he was able to pick up about 4 yards.
They will take it. That'll bring up 2nd and about 6 to go. Marked at the 30-yard line. Actually, they gave him 5 there, looks like. And it's going to be a screen to the right, up the sideline. That's going to be close to a first down. Corralling that one in was Harold Smith.
Yeah, they're giving him the first down, so they'll move the chains up there. It looked to me like he was a little bit short, but maybe just the chain gang guy diving out of the way.
So that brings up 1st and 10. Right back to the line goes the Oliver Ames offense. Delafree takes the snap, hands it off, run up the middle, and the Hiller defense ready for it that time. Ryan Loring could not get by Evan Fitzpatrick, who drags him down.
Yeah, nothing doing up the middle there in the Hillers defense. Really showing themselves strong there in the middle of the line.
So we picked up maybe a couple there, and that brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun they go once again. A man in the backfield, and he will hand it off, and it's Callender, and he is pummeling his way up the far side, and he is going to likely have a first down here.
Yep, they're moving the chains up. So that's going to be about 1st and 10, maybe a 1st and goal from the 10, right around there.
Well, I think Oliver Ames has
from the 12, sorry.
Has discovered some great running back ability in their lineman, Mitchell Callender. And he is a force to be reckoned with, Wally. Certainly not easy to take down and has some good speed.
Yeah, when he was going around the corner there, you can tell he's a bigger kid. He looked hard to take down.
Delafree going to hand it off to Callender again, trying to push his way up the far side. And did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Oliver Ames.
Yeah, that play worked the play before, so they just ran it again. Callender around the right side, behind the right tackle, and into the end zone he goes. And with pending the extra point, Oliver Ames can tie up the game here.
So just like that, Oliver Ames right back in it. I want to say that was about a 12-yard touchdown run, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Now for the extra point attempt, it's Robbie Dobbin out for the attempt. And we have some movement along the line.
But no snap of the ball.
I think it's just going to be a failed extra point attempt. So the score will remain 7-6 Hillers. 6:26 left to go in the first quarter. Both offenses have had a taste of the end zone.
the Hillers still remain on top after the failed extra point.
We'll see if that factors in later in this game, Wally. It looks like we could possibly have the makings of a shootout type of game here.
Right. Yeah, and in those types of games where you're trading scores, yeah, extra points that are missed do come back to haunt the team.
Out to kick it away is Robbie Dobbin. He'll kick off right to left across your screen. A number of other TVL games going on tonight. In fact, all TVL teams are in action. A couple playoff games as well. Norton at Old Rochester and Dedham at Foxborough in Division 5 action. We'll try to get you updates on those as we have a whistle on the kickoff here. And it looks like we're going to do this again. Offsides against Oliver Ames, so they will do it again, this time from a bit further back.
Yeah, they'll back them up a little bit. That was a nice deep kick. So fortunately for the Hillers, they'll be backing up, and the kick won't be as deep probably, because that Oliver Ames kicker looks like he does have a pretty strong leg.
They'll back up to the 35-yard line. One update to tell you about: Medway at Bishop Stang in non-playoff action. Bishop Stang led at the half, 21-14. So Dobbin will do it again, this time from the 35. And he sends that one end over end, a high sailing kick back to the 15-yard line it goes. Here comes the return, and it looks like it's going to be a good one. He finds some space. It's Bernardin across midfield, and he returns it all the way to the Oliver Ames 42-yard line.
Yeah, great return by Bernardin. He ran right up the middle until he hit Oliver Ames, backed out, and I thought, oh boy, he's backing away. I don't like him doing that, but he was able to get around the side and bring it all the way into Oliver Ames territory until their 42-yard line.
43 it looks like. So they'll have some...
we'll call that a bad spot then.
They'll have some good field position to start this drive. Vard back out there with the offense.
4 receivers wide here. 1 back.
Takes the snap, and he's going to throw up the middle. It's intercepted.
Ooh.
Rivard's pass is intercepted by number 1.
And that was Jacob Milton who was ready for that one. A good read by the defensive back. Intended target was Josh Buentello.
Yeah, you don't really see that from Rivard to throw one away like that. That's too bad. Yeah, he's usually a very, very reliable quarterback and with an accurate arm. That was just a timing pattern, and it just didn't go right.
So the Oliver Ames offense is right back out on the field. That last drive for the Hillers took 6 seconds off the clock. Out of the gun, he hands it off. He's going to test the near side. It's Ryan Loring, and he's pushed out of bounds as he gets just past the 40.
Ryan Loring is taken down by Gabe Cafazzo and
We'll see where they mark him. They're going to put him, looks like at the 41.
Gonna pick up a 9 there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. You keep moving the chains back and forth. There's some confusion on that sideline. They were moving them during the last play too.
It looks like they're going to move them up a little bit, and are they giving them a first down, perhaps?
No. They don't know where they're supposed to be.
So the officials are going to try to figure this out, and it looks like they are giving them a first down. And did we have a penalty?
No. I think the chains weren't set right.
All right, the chains weren't set right.
I don't know what he's trying to tell me.
5:30 should be on the clock. 5 minutes, 30 seconds. As they are signaling up here to the scoreboard official.
Yeah, the officials wanted to take their officials' time while they tried to sort out the chain situation.
Out of the gun they go. He'll take the snap to Loffrey, going to air it out up the far side. It's hauled in by Melton, and that is going to be a big gainer for the Tigers of Oliver Ames.
Yeah, that's about 18, 19-yard play.
By Jacob Melton,
And
brought down by Matt
receiver got
Fernandez.
caught right in between two Hiller defenders and just a little bit of an opening that quarterback was able to exploit there for a long 18-yard pickup.
So that moves Oliver Ames into Hiller territory, and they are rolling. A man in the backfield, he'll get the call. It's Callender bursting up the middle. The Hillers swarm him and bring him down after a pickup of about 5.
By a bunch of Hillers.
Yeah, Callender's a strong runner, kind of bigger kid, runs kind of upright, which, kind of a distinctive style like that, so you kind of identify him when he's got the ball.
So that'll make it 2nd and 5. DeLoffrey with Callender to his left, takes the snap. It's Callender once again. This time he's going to test the left side of the defense, and they were ready for him. He picked up maybe a yard or two before being brought down by a swarm of Hillers.
Yeah, the right side of the Oliver Ames line looked like they had a good push there, and he was following right behind. But then the must be the Hiller linebacker stepped up and were able to get him before he got too far downfield.
Callender with a gain of 3 on the carry brings up
Oliver
3rd
Ames
down.
going hurry-up style once again, and we get a whistle here. I think someone may have jumped.
Yeah, we got an offsides on the offense.
That's one of the things about this hurry-up style. Sometimes not everyone's set, and you're moving so quickly that you kind of lose sight of what's going on.
Right, or you lose sight of the line of scrimmage. I think they were lined up in the neutral zone on the offense. So it's probably one of the receivers getting out wide, and the quarterback snapped the ball before the receiver could figure out where he's supposed to be standing.
So that'll push them back 5 and make it a 3rd and about 7 to go for the Tigers. DeLoffrey going to line it up out of the gun, takes the snap, going to air this one out, up the near side, it's caught! Caught at the 10, and he brings it close to the end zone. And it looks like they're going to mark him right at the 1. That was Andrew Whiteside with the huge catch for Oliver Ames. Neil Rhodes on the takedown.
Yeah, Whiteside with a great catch, reaching over his head, leaping high up to grab that ball. That was a fantastic catch. And a nice defensive play by the defensive back there to keep him out of the end zone. They did pull him down right at the 1, but that's a killer right there to take you right all the way to the goal line.
Certainly is. A pickup of about 35 there.
Yeah, nice pass and a nice catch.
Up to the line they go. An empty backfield this time for DeLoffrey. He'll line it up in the pistol motion right to left, and he's going to hand it off to Callender. Callender trying to squeeze his way up the middle. Looks like he was stopped short. Good defense by the Hillers. Getting the initial wrap was Ryan Morin, the junior.
And he's able to hold him out of the end zone. That's a nice defensive play. Because Callender had a little bit of a head of steam, and it looked like he had some blocking, but they were able to grab him and hold him out.
That brings up 2nd and goal. Motion once again right to left, and he's going to pitch it. And getting into the end zone is Thomas Whiteside for the 1-yard touchdown.
Yeah, same looking play. Somewhat of an empty backfield, short guy in motion with a fake play action to him, hand it to the other guy coming across, and he kind of follows the right tackle into the end zone.
So Oliver Ames has taken the lead, and we'll see if they attempt 2 here, try to make it an even 7. The first extra point attempt, it didn't even look like they were able to get the kickoff, but it does look like they're going to send the kicker out there.
Yeah, they're going to kick the one. Yeah, the first one looked like it never even got off the ground. Snap is down, kicks up, blocked.
Blocked. Good block.
The extra point.
I want to say that was Jacob Desolitz who got the hand in there to block it. And the score will remain Oliver Ames 12, Hillers 7. Well, Wally, we've seen both teams come up with an interception, and, the Hillers to keep up with this high-powered Oliver Ames offense. they're going to have to really try not to turn the ball over.
Right. They can't. So, yeah, they both have traded interceptions, and then they both hit long passes against each other. So we'll see if the Hillers offense can get something going here.
The Tigers set to kick off.
Be nice to get another big return here from Bernardin like the last time.
Robbie Dobbin going to send it sailing. Another good kickoff all the way back to the 10. The return is going to be up the middle. It is Bernardin, and Bernardin had a pretty good return there as he's brought down close to the 30. And it looks like they're going to mark him right on the 30.
Right, and now the Hillers can't afford to turn the ball over here at all. They need to keep the ball and let their offense do a little something here just to kind of stay in the game.
Absolutely. The last drive for Oliver Ames went 68 yards and took a little less than 4 minutes off the clock. And the result was a 1-yard touchdown by Thomas Whiteside. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left, and he will hand it off, and the Oliver Ames defense ready for that play. Leading the charge was Thomas Whiteside. On the carry for the Hillers was John Winslow.
Whiteside with a tackle there and the long catch of the pass just before the touchdown. He's doing it on both sides of the ball right now.
Hillers going to lose a couple yards on that last attempt, and that'll bring up second and 12 to go. One minute and 30 seconds left to go in this first quarter. It's been a very action-packed first quarter so far.
Yeah, more scoring than we're used to seeing so far this year.
Motion from left to right. Rivard takes the snap, throws the screen. It's caught. Up the far side he goes. That was number 15, or Liam Grady, number 15.
Yeah, nice screen pass there. A little bit of blocking. Get a nice 5-yard chunk out of that.
Third and 7 to go now for the Hillers. Rivard back out to the huddle, and we'll see what they have in store here to try to keep this drive going. You certainly want to give the defense a bit of a break as they have been taxed the last couple of drives by Oliver Ames.
Yeah, they've been out there a little bit of time, yeah.
Motion from right to left. Rivard takes the snap, has a target. It's complete. Over to Grady, and Grady gets very close to the first down. I think he might have it. We'll see where they mark him.
Yeah, I think he's got it easy.
He will indeed have the first down, and the chains will move.
Yeah, that's a nice screen pass on this side. They had 3 receivers wide over this way, and then a guy in motion coming. So they threw it to Grady, and he had a couple guys blocking out in front of him, which makes picking up the yardage a little bit easier than when you're left alone on an island.
And the Hillers are going to let the quarter expire. And the first quarter will come to an end with Oliver Ames leading the Hopkinton Hillers 12-7. And Wally, it's quite interesting to see the different weapons the Hillers are trying to get involved tonight. You see them running the ball with John Winslow.
Right.
They got Liam Grady getting involved.
Right.
It looks like they're trying to spread it out a bit more.
I think you're right. Yeah, because there's a couple of names we haven't called out much lately this year. So, yeah, it's nice to see them getting other guys involved here at the end of the year. Hopefully they can have success with that.
Absolutely, and I think they're going to pull out every tool in the book for this game, and of course the Thanksgiving game. What do you got to lose? This is when you got to leave it all on the field.
Right, they're kind of using today as like a workshop game, I'm going to assume, and see what works and what they might be able to take with them to Ashland, or, when Ashland comes into town.
So the Hillers are set to try to continue this drive, and they are looking to retake the lead after an interception by Jacob Melton for Oliver Ames led to a nice drive for the Tigers that went 68 yards, resulting in a touchdown. It's going to be another screen.
No,
Rivard
he's
throws to
looking to throw it.
Buentello, and
He's looking to throw
Buentello
it.
throws up the middle. No one there. And I think that was just a broken play, Wally.
That was a design double pass because the first pass was backwards, and he was looking to throw the whole way, but the pass rush was not fooled, and they came right after him, and he was left with nothing to throw to, and he had to get rid of it.
Well, fortunately, no defenders were in the area, and he had a nice patch of space to drop that ball in.
Right.
That'll make it 2nd and 10. We have a non-league TVL update, non-playoff update. Ashland leading Medfield 14-8 at the end of the first quarter. So a fun game going on between those two TVL rivals. Vard back out to the huddle.
Got timeout by the Hillers here.
So Coach Sanborn wants a timeout, perhaps some confusion out there. They're going to talk things over. 11:54 left to go in the second quarter. A timeout on the field. And Wally, a good crowd on hand to take in this game. And even though it's non-playoff, these games still mean a lot. You want to go out there, you want to get the win. And you certainly could really turn your season around if you're able to capitalize in the last few games and rack up some wins.
Right, especially for the seniors. You know, they want to play for, they're out here playing for their own pride and for, the enjoyment of the game. And they all are here because they love it. And nobody wants to lose. So they're going to play just as hard for these games as they are even if they were in the playoffs.
We are set to continue on off the Hiller timeout. Rivard out of the gun with a back to his left. Motion right to left. He'll take the snap. He's going to throw to the man in motion, and it's fumbled.
It's going to be an incomplete.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't have it long enough. That was close, though. But he never was able to bring the ball into his body. That defender made a nice play, got to him real quick, hit him before he could bring the ball in.
Well, they got fortunate there that it was ruled a fumble because Oliver Ames would have scooped that ball right up.
He would have been, anybody would have been, nothing between them and the end zone.
That might have been the case, too. It might have went out of bounds before it was picked up. But in any case, 3rd and 10, 11:48 left to go in the first half.
This is one they got to get one. They got to have this one.
They're looking for a long play here to continue this drive. Rivard out of the gun. Play action. Rolls to his right. Under pressure. Throws up the right side. It's incomplete. Good defense by number 20 for Oliver Ames. Andrew Whiteside. Intended target, Nick Pedroli.
Yeah, Rivard had 2 pass rushers right in the backfield with him right from the start. So that play really didn't have a chance right from the snap, unfortunately. But Rivard was lucky to get the ball off, close to a receiver, but luck ran out there.
Well, the Hillers are likely going to punt it away here. They do have Reese Goldweber out there to kick it away. And not what you wanted there if you're the Hillers. But now you need the defense to come up big and make a stop. And it's going to sail back to about the 27-yard line. Here comes the return. Cutting towards the near side is melted. He has some space across midfield, and he's dragged out of bounds after a hard hit delivered by Reese Goldweber.
And he's hurt. I don't know if he's injured, but he doesn't feel so great after that tackle.
Well, the last thing you want to do is get the punter involved in trying to get the takedown, but in that case, you needed to. Oliver Ames, once again, going to have good field position as they're going to start this drive from the Hopkinton 37-yard line.
Yeah, that's really good field position there for Oliver Ames.
11:25 left to go in the first half. And here comes the Tigers offense. DeLaufrey going to line it up out of the gun. Calendar's in the backfield. He's going to throw the screen. It's incomplete. Drops in front of his intended target, Jacob Melton.
Now DeLaufrey's pass is incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, Hiller's defense there made out well with the incomplete pass. Hopefully they can keep them off from marching down the field. We'll see what happens. Here's another pass try.
Another screen to Melton, and Melton up the far side. This time we'll have a first down plus a couple. In on the stop was Liam Grady.
Yeah, there was no one over there by the Hillers to pick him up, and he just caught the ball and turned and ran 10 yards before anybody could get to him.
Right back to the line. There you go. They're in hurry-up mode once again. And it's going to be a run up the middle, and it won't get very far. Good stop by the Hiller defense as Callender tried to pound the rock up the middle, but Will Boucher got the wrap on him.
Yeah, he was trying to go right behind that right guard. The Hillers were all over him. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost a yard, but it looks like they're going to keep him right at the line of scrimmage. Oh, no, they're moving him.
Yeah, they gave him a
moving
yard.
the marker back. So, yeah, he lost a couple yards on that play.
All right, that'll bring up second down. And it's a high snap. DeLawfrey pulls it down, throws up the middle, and it's caught. What a catch, and that's a touchdown. Harold Smith corrals it in.
Yeah, that's a nice pass, nice catch. And the defender was there, and I actually thought the defender had a great chance to play that ball. And, yeah, that's no criticism of the defense. I thought the defender was there and ready to make the play, and it just went to the Oliver Ames player for a touchdown.
It's about a 30-yard touchdown pass.
That's one of those 50-50 balls. DeLawfrey threw it up high, and Oliver Ames' receiver was able to come down with it.
Well, this Tigers offense, they got some fireworks going tonight, Wally.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball well after that initial disastrous play by them on the pass. And that's the two-point conversion they're going for there is stopped short, and they're going to come away without the extra point for the third touchdown that they've scored tonight. So they're just getting 6 points every touchdown. They're not getting any extra points at all. So,
but they still do have an 11-point lead, 18-7.
Yeah, keeping it under 2 touchdowns, though.
I'll tell you, Wally, this Hiller defense, they need to come up at some point with a stop if the Hillers want to get back into this game.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Oliver Ames is able to throw this well on the Hillers. Like I said, I believe that the Hillers secondary is their strength of their defense. And Oliver Ames has thrown like 3 nice balls deep on them so far tonight. And I don't think any of them are any bad look on the Hillers defense, because they've all been covered and they've all been right there.
Your kickoff is to the far side, return from about the 22, and it's taken to around the 33-34. On the return that time was Danny Boulos. And here comes the Hiller offense with 10:14 left to go, and they find themselves down by a couple scores.
Yeah, another touchdown before halftime would really go a long way toward keeping this a game here. In fact, the Hillers would be right in the game if they can score another touchdown.
Well, that last drive by Oliver Ames, Wally, lasted 64 seconds. They went 73 yards.
Wow, that's a long way to go in a short amount of time.
The result, it ended up being a 27-yard touchdown to Harold Smith. Rivard out of the gun with a back to his right. And actually, that's not Rivard, that's Quintello, and perhaps Hillers made a change. We'll see if it's permanent, but Quintello runs this one up the far side for a yard or 2.
Yeah, actually looked like a nice run by Quintello. Here comes Rivard. He was on the field for that play. It must have been like a little bit of a wildcat situation going on where Rivard was lined up out wide and we didn't notice it.
Rivard coming back out, and the Hillers, they know they have to try to change things up here and maybe do some plays that they typically don't run too often. Try to fool this Tigers defense.
Yeah, kind of a kitchen sink kind of game or situation that they're in here.
Rivard out of the gun once again, going to air this one out up the far side. It's incomplete.
Julian Rivard's pass is incomplete.
The pass just a little too far in front of his intended target, Reese Goldweber.
Yeah, he was
Or Buentello.
That's Buentello, yeah. He looked like he had trouble separating on the right sideline to get to that ball. I think he might have been just kind of hand fighting with the defender, not necessarily being held, but grappling with him, and just couldn't break free under that ball.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Hillers, who would love to extend this drive. Pretty much since that first touchdown drive, all the Hiller drives have been relatively short ones. Out of the gun is Rivard with a back to his right. Motion from right to left. He'll take the snap, looking upfield under pressure. Rolls to his right, airs it out up the sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, he was just trying to avoid the sack, throwing that out of bounds. Unfortunately, he did have 2 receivers kind of there, but they did have defenders with them. But, he's just trying to get rid of it and mitigate the damage so they could punt from where they are instead of backed up another 8 yards.
Well, I'll tell you, Wally, the Oliver Ames defense really cutting off this Hiller pass attack. Rivard just 3 for 9 passing-wise.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic to see from Rivard.
It looks like we're going to get a timeout. They're going to talk things over. 9 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the second quarter. An 18-7 Oliver Ames lead as they look to get the ball back and perhaps add more before the halftime break.
So they call a timeout on a punt. You think they're possibly thinking about going for it at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have much to lose, quite frankly.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to just run back out and punt it.
I think maybe they were considering a fake or just running a play. Oh, all right. Time was running down on the game clock, we're being told by the clock official here in the press box. Thank you very much. So they are going to punt it away. And it looks like they have a different punter out there. They got Nick Heaton punting it away.
Because Goldweber is still out. He got hurt on that last punt where he made the tackle, and he's still sitting on the bench trying to shake off.
So that was fairly caught at the 43-yard line, and that's where Oliver Ames will start this next drive. And they will have 9 minutes and 1 second to work with here in the second quarter.
And they're at the 44-yard line. So they have pretty good field position and plenty of time to do some more damage here.
Well, one thing the Hillers need to be ready for, you see Oliver Ames going with the hurry-up style of offense, and it's working. And the Hiller defense, they need to find a way to keep up with it.
Right, and they really need to be aware of the long pass.
DeLawfrey takes the snap, airs this out, up the far side, it's intercepted. Second interception of the game for the Hillers. Here comes the return up the far side, all the way to the Oliver Ames 40 goes Nick Pedroli, who gets the pick.
That's just what the Hillers needed right there. Nice shot in the arm right there. Again, you get a little bit of adrenaline from a turnover like that. It happened early in the game. Let's see now if the Hillers can do it again and turn this around and turn that into some points here. Good field position for the Hillers. Plenty of time to work with. Clock isn't going to be an issue.
Well, the Hillers get the ball right back, and they'll have some very good field position. They'll start this drive at the Oliver Ames 42-yard line.
And I think they've got the wind at their back, so they won't be trying to push the ball into the wind.
8:49 left to go in the first half. Hillers with plenty of time to work with, and Wally, this is a crucial drive. You certainly want to try to turn this into points.
And it wouldn't be so bad if they took a little bit of time with them, too. Speaking of time, looks like we've got a timeout here.
So another timeout on the field, and we're getting a lot of quick shifts in this game, a lot of quick turnovers,
right.
And you got to throw your defense right back out there if you're Oliver Ames. So in a situation like this, you got to expect there's going to be some confusion at times.
Right. Yeah, I'm absolutely right. Very insightful there, Tom. That's supposed to be my job.
Thank you. Well, someone had to do it.
Yeah. I was just standing here with my mouth open.
Well, all kinds of great football going on around the state tonight. In playoff action, Norton Lancers trailing Old Rochester 7-0. They're in the first quarter. That's a Division 5 playoff game. 12th-seeded Norton at 4th-seeded Old Rochester, and the other playoff game in the TVL is set for a 7 o'clock kickoff, where 11th-seeded Dedham squares off with 3rd-seeded Foxborough. We'll certainly get you any updates we get to that game as well. Another local action, Grafton leading Marblehead 7-0.
That's an interesting game in the news. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Rivard going to take this up the middle and get nowhere. Good stop by the defensive front for Oliver Ames. Chase Krug gets the initial wrap.
So that Marblehead Grafton game was the game that was threatened due to the teacher strike in Marblehead.
Oh.
And they were wondering if they were going to even be able to play that game with the staff for Marblehead being able to cross the picket lines, and they were able to come to some kind of an agreement where they were able to let the game go forward, which is good because you don't want something like that, a teacher strike, to come and ruin something for that the students like to enjoy, and it's part of their growing up.
Well, we're glad they get to play, as they'll go out of the eye this time, and it's going to be a run for a couple yards there by Aaron Butkus, who's wearing number 43, even though he's listed as 44.
44 in your programs, but 43 in your hearts, right?
That's right. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Hillers. Ball marked just past the 40.
We got 3rd and about 8.
Well, you see the Hillers, they've been going out of mostly the gun, sometimes the pistol, but there they try the eye, and it looks like they're going to put Rivard under center once again here and come out of the eye. It's going to be another run.
There he goes.
And Quintello finds a little room. Still going to be short of the first down, but will make it a lot more manageable as he fought his way to the 34.
Yeah, a little more success running those two plays out of the I formation than they have out of the spread. And they're going to go for it here on 4th. It's going to be 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
I'd say 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and 1 on the scoreboard, 4th and 2 on your screen.
Just when they get the change, it's hard to...
Out of the eye they go once again. And it's going to go to the up back, and he is going to charge forward, still on his feet, and it looks like he may have been stopped short. Let's see where they mark him. He might have had some forward progress.
He did get forward progress, but I don't think he got to the line to gain.
Turnover on downs.
Yeah, he got through the line of scrimmage, but didn't make it to the line to gain. That's too bad. That would have been another nice boost for the Hillers there to convert on a 4th and short, where it's all about your power game.
So Oliver Ames brings their offense back out with 6:29 left to go in the half.
Another turnover here would be nice.
Well, this Tigers team, they've certainly shown they're not afraid to take risks.
No, they're not afraid to throw it deep or whatever.
And it's going to be a run up the middle. It's Callender, and he will keep fighting his way forward and maybe picked up a couple extra yards there.
He's going to get to about the 41 and a half.
It looked like he was going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
36 and a half, yeah. He picked up a couple yards there.
And he is certainly a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, looks like a big kid from here.
Lawfrey going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right. He will hand it off. It's Ryan Loring, and Loring is going to be stopped for a loss. Yeah. Leading the way for the Hillers, Evan Gronemeyer.
Yeah, he lost about a yard and a half there. Nice defense there by the Hiller defensive line. Able to stay with him, sliding down the line, not letting him get around the corner.
An empty backfield now for Oliver Ames. DeLawfrey out of the gun, takes the snap. We have a flag on the play. Up the middle, it's caught. by Jacob Melton on coverage was Buentello, and it was very good coverage, but just a perfect pass right into the chest of Melton. And the chains are moving, but we got to see what this penalty's about.
I think it's going to be on Oliver Ames, an illegal shift.
Penalty on Oliver Ames.
It's going to be an illegal shift against the Tigers. Huge break for the Hillers there, Wally.
Yeah, it really is, especially where obviously, because he completed the 17-yard pass there. So, yeah, bringing that back is big for the Hillers.
So now the Tigers going to need even a longer play to continue this drive, and it would be a huge momentum boost for the Hillers if their defense is able to get a stop here and get the ball back before the half. Brings up 3rd down and looks like about 13 to go. DeLawfrey out of the gun, takes the snap, airs it out up the far side, and I think that was caught.
Yeah, that's a completion right there with the defender all over him. I'm surprised there wasn't a flag.
What a catch there by number 10, Harold Smith.
Harold Smith. It's an Oliver Ames.
Wow, that's a
first
great
down.
catch. And again, the defender is right there. So it's not like the guy is wide open. Like the Hillers secondaries are covering these guys, and they're still able to complete the passes deep.
You got to give big credit to DeLawfrey for getting that pass right in there.
And the receivers for fighting through the defenders and still pulling the ball in.
Another run here up the far side, and getting a couple more yards there is Ryan Loring.
Ryan Loring on the carry.
Ball was marked after that long pass at the 37, and
we got a penalty
mark
here.
it here.
I think we got a penalty against the Hillers. Yeah, they're marking it off.
Face
mask.
Against the Hillers.
That's going to be a tough one. 15 yards and an automatic first down.
That one hurts.
That's a killer. That's a killer.
So, yeah, they're going to be inside the 20. They're going to be at the...
Yeah, they're at about the 17, 18.
17-yard line, yeah. Well, we'll see if the defense can come up with something here. It's going to be a pass up the far side, incomplete. A little high over the reach of his intended target, Thomas Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside was open, and he was just overthrown. Yeah, DeLawfrey just let that one get away from him, and but Whiteside was open.
That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
They've got receivers spread real wide here on the right side, back in the beside him, and receiver to the left also spread out real wide.
DeLawfrey with Loring next to him takes the snap under pressure. He's going to take it himself, fighting his way up the far side, and he picked up about 5 or 6 yards there, Wally.
Yeah, nice scramble by DeLawfrey. Yeah, the defenders were in the back in his backfield, and he was able to scramble up for about 6 yards.
So 6-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 4. And Oliver Ames doesn't need to take it to the end zone here. They just need those 4 yards to continue this drive, but they're going to be stopped
not
short
gonna get
here.
him that time.
Ryan Loring maybe a yard or two, or
Right.
actually that was
Ryan
Calendar.
Warren and Jacob Deslitz on the
So that's going to look like they're going to be at about a 4th and 3, 4th and 4. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
I'd imagine you go for it this deep unless you're confident you could get the 3 points on a field goal.
Yeah, and they're going to go
attempt
for the
a
field goal. And haven't had very good luck on the point afters yet.
Here's the senior Robbie Dobbin attempting the field goal. It's about a
That's a nice kick.
26-yard field goal, and it's right through.
Yeah, that's a nice kick.
So Oliver Ames gets 3 points on that drive, and they are up by 14.
They just made up all their missed extra points on that one drive right there.
We'll take it. 21-7 with 2:41 left to go.
Now, when the Hillers get the ball, the clock is going to be somewhat of an issue. And hopefully they'll have enough time to make something of their possession here.
That drive burned about 3 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock.
I'd like to see the Hillers keep the ball for most of this time, and if they have to turn the ball over, I hope it's after a score and not a punt.
Well, the Hillers, they had one drive that lasted almost 6 minutes, but the result was an interception to end that drive. And besides that, they haven't had a drive much over 2 minutes. And it's going to be a short kickoff here, but it'll sail back to the 25. And the return is a good one. Fighting his way to the 40-yard line is Danny Boulos.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, short kick and a good return. Gives them some decent field position. Now we've got 2.5 minutes to go, 2:32, in which they can try to score.
We'll mark the Hillers right around the 41.
And you really want to see them get some points here, especially a touchdown if they can. It'll be disappointing if they aren't able to move the ball.
Yeah, and you know, a good point by the scoreboard operator here. The Hillers get the ball back to start the second half, so if you could score here, you could get yourself right back into this game.
Right, yeah, the double score would be nice.
Vard with an empty back set takes the snap, throws to his left. It's complete to Liam Grady, and Grady is good for a couple before he's pushed out of bounds.
And they use the sidelines to their advantage. They really get the ball out of bounds.
Timeout, Oliver
We've got a timeout by Oliver Ames here. That actually would stop the clock. They didn't stop it on the tackle.
That was Evan Zumilo on the stop, for those of you wondering. And that'll make it 2nd and 8 for the Hillers.
No game. No. He just slow moving, that's all.
So we'll see what the Hillers do here. They're going to have to work quickly, Wally. Time is certainly an issue, and you know the Hillers are having trouble hitting any long plays. They've been relying on the short stuff to extend drives. And with the turnovers you've had so far this game, the couple interceptions, maybe you want to stay away from things that are too long, which is why you're seeing them kind of try to nickel and dime their way up the field here.
They do go east and west, like wide a lot, and I'd like to see them kind of go, if they want to just throw it a couple yards, try like crossing patterns right in front of you, but that they can turn into something deeper. When they go wide, it takes too much time for the Hillers. They aren't able to really capitalize on those plays, and they get tackled for losses or short gains. You want to see them try to turn something into a longer gainer.
Rivard is under pressure. He's going to throw up the sideline. It is caught around the 45.
It's complete to Johnny Winslow.
Winslow on the catch there. And that,
I do like the idea of the sprint out there by Rivard, but really, again, just it took too long to develop, and he ran 40 yards before he let go of the ball.
so that was good for a couple. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Yeah, still 3rd and long here.
How about another local playoff update? St. John's Prep leading Methuen 22-0 in state tournament action. Up to the line they go. Rivard with a back to his right. 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap. Going to air this one out. Up the near side. It's caught by Pedroli. Makes the catch at the 40. Dragged out of bounds at around the 35 by Andrew Whiteside. And that is exactly what the Hillers needed there.
Really was. Rivard didn't take a whole lot of time. He let the ball fly as soon as Pedroli was open, and he was able to reel it in down the sidelines. That's a nice play, and that's exactly what they needed. And much more what we expect to see out of Rivard and Pedroli in these games.
That was a 23-yard pickup, and that'll make it 1st and 10 from the Oliver Ames 35-yard line.
And the clock is stopped.
Yeah, because he got out of bounds.
Oh, he didn't get out of bounds. Okay.
Rivard going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his right is going to be Aaron Butkus. Takes the snap, under pressure, throws the screen to his left. It's caught by Buentello, and Buentello fights his way across the 30.
Yeah, they got 2 minutes to go. Buentello made the right decision there to turn it upfield inside to get more yards. He could have gone out of bounds, but he wouldn't have picked up the same amount of yards. So I like the idea there of trading yards for time.
Yeah, and that was a good play by the Hillers. You saw Rivard look deep upfield, couldn't find anyone, and he had his security blanket, Buentello, right to his left. As he completes this one to his right to Winslow, and Winslow, I believe, may have enough for the first down.
Yeah, he got right to the chains there, and they are moving him, but he did not get out of bounds, so they got to move quickly here.
So the clock will... Or actually, he might have gotten out of bounds there, Wally.
Well, and they don't know what they're moving the chains and they're moving them back, so we're looking at second and 1.
We'll see. All right, the clock is going, so he did not get out of bounds. You were correct. How dare I doubt you? Rivard going to line it up out of the gun with Butkus to his left. Takes the snap under pressure, and he just lets that one go as he's dragged to the ground. Good job getting rid of it.
There's a flag on the play. They're going to get Rivard for intentional grounding, I believe.
Yeah, he was still in the pocket.
And the ball didn't make it to the line of scrimmage and no receiver in the area.
Penalty on the play.
That'll stop the clock at least, but it will cost him a down.
Yeah, there was a receiver kind of in the area.
Yeah, he was in Ashland.
He was about 10 yards away, but... that is going to be called for intentional grounding. Pushes him back 10 yards, so back to the 40 they go.
And a loss of down, which is the killer. So it's going to be 4th and forever. 4th and 15 or so? 4th and 16?
Something like that. 4th and long, we'll call it.
Yeah, no, I know, but...
And we got a timeout, Hillers here.
So they're going to talk things over and try to come up with a play call for this crucial situation. And you got 1:02 left on the clock, but right now you're only worried about this one play and trying to extend this drive.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Another local playoff update. St. John's Prep leading Methuen at the half, 22-7.
I was going to say, let me guess, 22-0, but your update was to 7.
And Norton Lancers battling hard in their playoff matchup. It's still a 7-0 game, and they are close to their halftime break. And you got BC High leading, I believe it's Scituate, 20-6 through 2 quarters.
What's the score of that one? I need to know that one.
20-6.
20-6. I have 2 friends that went to each. One went to BC High, one went to Scituate. So at halftime, I'll have to make a couple of phone calls.
Yes. Always a fun time of the year when you got the state tournament action going on. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. And it's going to be the punter. That was Buentello, and Buentello going to punt it away, trying to pin him back, and he'll be able to move him a little bit back. It was actually Rivard who downed the ball along the far side. So a quick little punt there.
So the Hillers line up in the Wildcat to distract Oliver Ames and then throw a quick kick at him. And Rivard is the one that gets downfield to down it. That's interesting.
Well, to distract Oliver Ames and throw off the play-by-play guy. Oliver Ames going to start this drive from their own 28, 54 seconds left. So we'll see if they play it conservative here, or perhaps they'll try to go for a quick score. Throw up the middle, and it's caught. And barreling his way forward is Thomas Whiteside.
Yeah, a big move right there, a big juke in the middle of the field there. He was able to sidestep a defender and gain a few extra yards.
They're in hurry up. They're going for it.
They sure are.
Takes the snap, rolls to his right under pressure, gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Pretty good pass right along the sideline, but just a little too much in front of Whiteside.
Yeah, if I was Oliver Ames too, I would be pushing the pedal to the metal here too. Why not? You got nothing to lose.
DeLawfrey has had a pretty good day passing, unofficially, 6 for 10.
Yeah, I have him as a 60% completion percentage for this game.
Takes the snap and finds the target along the right side seam. It's Andrew Whiteside, and he is brought down with forward progress. He'll be close to the first down, but I think just short.
Pass is complete to Andrew Whiteside.
Actually, he might have it.
By Will Boucher
One of the
and Dave
officials
Cavazza.
standing on the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to look like a first down.
That's a first down.
I mean, I know the chain gang's having a tough day tonight, but we'll have to watch and see what they do. Yeah, the chain gang's having trouble coordinating themselves. Here they go.
All right, so they will move. 18 seconds left, so you got to think they'll be trying to go for a really big play here.
Yeah, they got time for 2 with this much distance. Try to throw one, maybe 15 yards, and then one to the end zone, working toward the sidelines.
Well, you can tell they just want to rip the momentum away from the Hillers as quickly as they can.
Yeah, as completely as they can, right?
Absolutely.
So here's DeLawfrey out there. Music dies down. We're ready to snap the ball.
Here we go. An empty back set takes the snap. 3 receivers along the left side. Throws up the middle. Oh! It's nearly intercepted by Buentello. The receiver reached his hand up and knocked the ball away. A smart heads-up play by Thomas Whiteside.
Yeah, great play by Buentello. And he looks like he's shaking up a little bit on the field here. And we're going to have an official injury timeout to check on Buentello. But that interesting play call by Oliver Ames going up the middle. If that had connected, I think that would have been a deep gainer, but it might not have. That would have maybe hurt their chances of scoring if he hadn't scored on that play. If they're out of timeouts.
Well, we hope Buentello's okay. He took some hard contact there, and he is walking under his own power, which is great to see, and appears to be walking along the sideline, so seems like he may be okay, which is great to see. Back to action here, 2nd and 10. He takes the snap, and DeLawfrey airs it up the near side, incomplete. And to his intended target, Andrew Whiteside. Good coverage by Gabe Cafazzo.
So we've got 6 seconds left here. So they probably have one more toss, another deep toss here to see what happens.
How about another update for you? North Attleboro leading Westboro in playoff action, 28-7 late in the second quarter. Clock is stopped at 6 seconds, so really you got time for one, maybe two plays.
They're going to have one shot.
But it looks like they're going to run a play here.
Oh, yeah, they got 3 receivers deep. They're going to look something deep here down the right side, like a Hail Mary type of thing.
DeLawfrey takes the snap,
and he's going to get sacked.
He is going to get... Oh, he's still on his feet. Was able to elude a tackle, but did end up getting dragged down for a loss. On the stop, Liam Grady, who has done a nice job defensively tonight. And at the end of the first half, it is Oliver Ames 21, the Hillers 7. The Hillers still sticking around in this game, Wally, and they could have given up a lot more points in that second quarter, so they were fortunate to hold Oliver Ames to just 9 points in the quarter, but they find themselves down by 2 scores. But the good news is they get the ball back to start the second half.
Right, yeah, the defense did start to play better there at the end of the half, kind of kept them out of the end zone, so which was nice to see, because if not, that game would get out of control pretty quickly. So we'll see what the offense can do after they talk about it in the gym, and we'll see what happens when they come back out. Hopefully we can move the ball a little bit and get right back in this game with on their first drive.
Well, overall, 13 drives in that first half. It's been an action-packed game, so you're not going to want to miss the second half. At the halftime break, Oliver Ames 21, the Hillers 7. Second half coming up in a few minutes right here on HCAM. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to David M. Hughes Stadium. We are just about set for the second half. 21-7. Oliver Ames lead as we get ready for this third quarter And Wally, the Hillers, they need to get this offense going. This Oliver Ames defense, you have to give them credit. They're shutting down the Hillers' run game. And since really that 75-yard touchdown, they've shut down the Hiller pass game. Hiller's only with 55 yards since that touchdown. Believe it or not, they actually have more yards through the air than Oliver Ames, 130 to 86. But most of it was that touchdown.
Right, and actually I think a lot of the rest of it, not a lot of it, but a big chunk of it after that long touchdown was just on that last drive where they ended up having to punt. So they did have a pretty good long pass and then a couple of short passes. So in between the first pass, that 75-yard touchdown, and then that last drive, they really are struggling through the air and on the ground. So good news is Hillers are getting the ball to start off the second half. Let's hope they can turn it around and try to make something of it and drive down the field and hopefully get some points. They desperately needed points over the whole season, so it'd be nice for them to get some here tonight, right, to open the second half.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to get a touchdown to open things up here in the second half, you're right back in this game. So despite all the mistakes, despite those couple of interceptions, despite a couple of drives that you had going good and didn't end up so good, you're still very much in this game. And here comes your Hopkinton Hillers.
I'll tell you why also. They started out by getting a touchdown on their first possession. So they did not get put into a hole. So they playing with a lead. They gave up 3 touchdowns, but they were able to keep Oliver Ames from getting an extra point on any of those touchdowns. And then on their fourth scoring drive, Oliver Ames just scored a field goal. So it's almost like they've kept them off the board for one score. So they're in a fortuitous position, even though they haven't played as well as Oliver Ames has yet so far today.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, at first they were having trouble stopping Oliver Ames, but it seems like the defense has caught on a little bit and has been able to get off the field, which is certainly great to see. And, of course, you had that interception by Nick Pedroli, which was huge at the time.
Yeah, 2 interceptions tonight, which have been big. And I think their run defense is actually playing better than we've seen them play all season, which is nice because up till now the secondary has been their strength in their defense. And tonight the secondary is having a little bit more difficult time. So it's nice that the run defense is kind of doing their thing. So hopefully they can put it both together. Offense can score some points, and they're right back in it.
Absolutely, and we are set for the second half. Oliver Ames set to kick off left to right across your screen. It's a short, wobbly kickoff. Sails to the 35. Here comes the return. It could be a good one. Cutting to the near side, finding some open room. That is Cafazzo, and he's pushed out of bounds in Oliver Ames territory at around the 39, 38-yard line.
Yeah, big return there. Again, the wind, although it's not that blowing that hard, it is kind of affecting the kicking game when the kicks are going left to right across your screen. The kickoffs have been short, so that gives us good opportunity for a good run back, and we got one.
So for the third time tonight, the Hillers start a drive from Oliver Ames territory, and we'll see if they can capitalize on this good opportunity to try to put some points on the board.
And they did spot him right at the 38.
And we have all kinds of updates for you of games going on around the state. We'll get to those in a little bit. Out of the eye they go, and Buentello going to bounce off tackle, takes it up the right side. We have a flag on the play as he's dragged down around the 35. I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, normally I would say it looks like a hold, and I believe it is. Yeah, hold on the offense.
We have a hold on the offense, and this one's going to come back.
Holding on the offense.
So a couple of halftime updates. Ashland leading Medfield at the half in non-playoff action, 28-8. And Zavarian leading Leominster in playoff action, 14-7. North Attleboro leading Westboro 28-7.
So we're looking at 1st and 17 here, Tom, after the updates here and after the penalty.
Motion left to right. Under center is Rivard. I formation in the backfield. Takes the snap.
Ooh.
Hands it off. And the defense ready for Buentello that time. He was met with a hard hit from Aiden Ayub, the sophomore.
Boy, Buentello got the ball and the defenders at the same time, at the same spot in the backfield. So that was a loss of about 3 yards there. And now we're looking at 2nd and 20.
2nd and long now for the Hillers. And they will need to come up with a big play here.
Or even 21 maybe.
Another TVL non-playoff update. Norwood leading Milton at the half, 10-7. Back to the line they go. We'll see what they draw up. Rivard going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. 2 receivers either side. Takes a snap. Under pressure. Gets rid of it, and it drops short in front of his intended target, Aaron Butkus.
Yeah, the defender came free run right into the backfield, right into Rivard's face. Rivard was lucky to get rid of it, and he got knocked to the ground. And he was a little shaken up. I think he's okay, but, you know, just a little bump on the ground never feels good to anybody.
I'll tell you, this Oliver Ames defense up front, Wally, really putting the pressure on Rivard, and it's working.
Right, yeah,
now.
it is, because like we usually see Rivard, he's a little bit more accurate, a little more crisp on his plays. He's had to slow things down a little bit, and he's not able to, like, we're not seeing the crispness out of his plays and throws yet tonight.
Rivard out of the gun, takes the snap, looks to his right, throws to his right. It's caught along the sideline. That's Evan Fitzpatrick, and he gets a big gainer and gets back pretty much all the penalty yards.
Yeah, you got 15 yards out of that. So it's going to be 4th and 5 here, 4th and 4, maybe longer, 4th and 7. He's out of bounds. But nice sidearm pass by Rivard, who under pressure again. But he was able to sit there and wait for him to get open before he let go of the ball. It's a nice play by Rivard. And they're going to go for it here on 4th and 7.
Yeah, I mean, you're in Oliver Ames territory, not a lot to lose. You might as well.
Yeah, like I said, kitchen sink kind of game, right?
Rivard takes the snap, looks upfield, has time, throws to his left, and it's a little high, intended for Evan Fitzpatrick.
He had him. Fitzpatrick was just getting open. Rivard had to hold on to it for a split second more, and he couldn't get his his fluid throwing motion, and it just kind of sailed away from him, and that's unfortunate to turn the ball over on downs on the opening drive here.
So the Oliver Ames defense getting the job done once again. They get the ball back at 10:01 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
And that holding penalty really, really hurt.
They'll start this drive from their own 34-yard line and work left to right across your screen. Pat DeLawfrey, a senior,
hands it off
and a run up the middle, and a couple of yards there for Ryan Loring. And while you got to give DeLawfrey credit, I mean, Oliver Ames, they're running all kinds of different plays, and DeLawfrey's had some really good throws.
Yeah, he really has. And each one of those big long throws that have been well covered by the Hillers, so it makes the plays even better.
2nd and 8, DeLawfrey up the middle, and it's caught at the Hiller 40. A good catch by Harold Smith. He was well covered, but corrals it in for the first down.
Yeah, again, he had just barely a half a step. The defender was right on his back, but he's able to put the ball right in there, right in stride.
And they just keep moving right along. Back up to the line they go. And it is going to be a run. And this time getting the call, it's Loring as he fights his way along the far sideline for maybe a yard or so.
Yeah, he tried to get around the corner, and the defense just slid right down the line with him. And I think he maybe got 1 yard out of it, but a long way to go, sideways running. Yeah, maybe 2 out of that, 3 maybe.
And Oliver Ames just waiting for the refs to go.
Yeah, no huddle. They're trying to push the pedal right here.
Loffery out of the gun will hand it off. It's the big man up the middle. Goes Callender, and he gets a couple.
Yeah, but he was met with some serious resistance after he got those couple.
By Ryan Morin.
Oh, we got one guy. Nope, he's fine. He getting up slow there was Evan Fitzpatrick, but he looks fine.
Another high school playoff update. Wellesley and Bishop Fien tied at 7 apiece. They're near the half. Out of the gun, DeLawfrey with Callender in the backfield. Play action, throws up the middle, it's caught. Inside the 20 goes Thomas Whiteside.
Yeah, that's a first down right up the middle. Again, well covered. You can tell these guys are covered when they complete the pass, but there's no yards after the catch. So the coverage is there, but the passes are there also. The passes have really been fantastic.
Right back up to the line they go.
The receivers are just bigger, that's all.
2 receivers spread out to his left. Callender the back to his left. Takes the snap. Looking towards the left side of the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Andrew Whiteside corrals it in for the 20-yard touchdown. And Oliver Ames in business.
Yeah, he just went right to the corner, kind of got the defender turned around a little bit, got up, just opened right at the last moment, right at the right time. The ball dropped right in for a touchdown.
So now both of the Whiteside brothers have had a touchdown tonight.
I'm going to assume they're twins, just because they're both seniors.
That would be a good observation.
And
the extra point is good.
And they both have the same birthday.
Oliver Ames leads the Hillers 28-7.
So now it's a 28-7 lead, and the Hillers really need to get cooking.
Yeah, now they're starting to get into trouble here. They were before that drive. The Hillers were thinking one score, and they're right back in it. They didn't get that score, and then they gave up a long touchdown drive, and now, that quickly. Now it looks like they're in trouble.
Certainly does. Walpole all over Bill Ricca, 21-0. That is Division III playoff action. And Northbridge leading Millbury 19-14.
There's a short kick which is fumbled there, picked up again. And so not much of a return there.
Oh, did Oliver Ames get it back? They got it back.
Oh, no.
It was fumbled and picked up by Aiden Ayub, the sophomore.
Oliver Ames recovers the fumble.
You see it so many times when a returner mishandles the original kick, and then he picks the ball up, and now he's in trouble, and they fumble it again after they get hit. It happens so often. So that's why it's so important for players to catch these kickoffs cleanly.
So not only do you give the Tigers back the ball, you give them the ball at the Hiller 35-yard line.
Short field. Yeah, and they're high on momentum right now too, Oliver Ames.
Yeah, I'd imagine if you're Oliver Ames, you want to start thinking about burning some clock at this point. And they'll get a new football as
you just start.
Callender might have some quarterback
he's
potential.
Got some arm. He's got an arm, huh? He's put it over the track.
DeLawfrey hands it off to Callender, who fights his way up the middle for a couple. And he's still going
he's
forward.
Still fighting. Yeah, there he goes.
Just a beast to bring down.
On the carry.
And that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Swarm of Hillers.
Here comes the ball. Look, turns out it was a Hiller ball. And came firing back.
So 2nd and about 7 to go. Out of the gun once again, and play action up the middle.
Right up the middle.
Has a target. It's bobbled and dropped. Good coverage upfield by the Hiller defenders. Intended target was Andrew Whiteside, and
That looked
Whiteside
like
kind of
touchdown.
ran into, I think it was Buentello,
Yeah, that looked like another touchdown about to happen, and the little defense at the last minute was able to jar it loose.
Well, you wonder if, Oliver Ames is going to keep passing here. They're up 3 scores, and you might want to try to see if you can burn some of that clock away.
Right. Yeah, still the clock is stopped. 6 minutes to go in the third.
Well, if you have a quick 3 and out, Hillers get the ball back, get back by 2 scores. You know?
We still have a long way to go here.
DeLawfrey going to line it up out of the gun with the back to his right, takes the snap, under pressure,
down he goes.
And he's dragged down. Jacob Desolates absolutely massacres DeLawfrey.
Big sack. He just ran through and smothered him.
Well, you want to pass. That is
right.
that comes with the territory, and they lose almost 10 yards there.
On that, yeah, maybe 8. Yeah, that's a big setback.
That'll bring up 4th and 15. 5:55 and counting left to go in this quick-moving third quarter. Takes the snap, back to pass.
He's
in trouble, and he's brought down again. And guess who? It's Jacob Desolates once again.
Big on the 4th down there to get the ball back in even better field position than he would have before. That's a big one. That's like almost Oliver Ames would want to do almost anything except that.
So turnover on downs in the Hiller defense. Getting things done courtesy of the senior captain, Jacob Desolates.
Yeah, that's a big 2-play turnaround right there for the Hillers, all by Desolates to be able to get there, be disruptive in the quarterback's backfield.
Could that be the well-needed spark the Hillers need?
Be nice to see. Hope it is. And the chain gang is facing the wrong way. And the officials are going to take an officials timeout here.
They're trying their best.
A tough night for the chain gang tonight.
I think they've been boozing.
5:44 left to go. And the Hillers are in business. Empty back set. And he'll throw up the middle. He connects at midfield
a nice
with
5-yard.
John Winslow.
5-yard completion right there, right up the middle. So Winslow gets right into the backfield, finds a soft spot halfway to the first down, sits down, catches a pass, and Hillers are in business here on second down.
Second and about 4 to go. Out of the gun, takes the snap, rolls to his left, in trouble, and he's dragged down, the ball is out, and it's picked up, but the play's whistled dead.
Yeah, ball was down. Tough play right there for Rivard.
Aiden Ayub on the sack for Oliver Ames.
Yeah, all the yards you just picked up the play before you gave back. That's a tough one right there. And Rivard, that's a hard hit too. He got dragged down pretty hard.
That's going to make it 3rd and 11 for the Hillers. They lose 7 yards.
And Rivard's going to sit this play out.
And Wally, I think the main trouble the Hillers are having tonight, their run game has been completely shut out. They have had to go entirely through the air for any kind of yardage.
Right, and they're trying to go east and west.
Buentello, the quarterback. And Buentello going to roll to his right, in trouble, finds a target, and he connects with Winslow, who's brought out of bounds in Oliver Ames territory around the 48.
So we're looking at about 4th and 4 here.
I think you got to go for it at this point.
I think you do too. Even though if you don't get it, you're going to give up a short yardage for Oliver Ames. I don't think that matters anymore.
It looks like they are going to keep the offense out there. Buentello is in as the quarterback.
Rivard's sitting on the bench with his helmet off. I think he's kind of pretty shaken up. I don't know if he's going to come back soon.
Buentello back to pass. He's going to run it himself. Up the middle, pushing his way forward, and he's got a first down.
He's good for a Hillers first.
Boy, did the Hillers need that.
Yeah, big play by Buentello. Really big play. Stepped it up. I'll do it myself. Gets hit right at the line to gain and then pushes himself over the line for the first down. Big play for Buentello. I love to see that. That's a great one. And the team needs him right now with Rivard on the sidelines.
First and 10 from the Oliver Ames 44. And we'll see if the Hillers can keep this momentum going. Quintello is going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left. He has 3 receivers and trips bunch to his right. Takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He pitches it back. And now it's Pedroli. Pedroli throws upfield. He connects at the 20-yard line. A big gainer there as it's hauled in by Liam Grady.
Yeah, a nice play design right there. Trips to the right. One of them comes through the backfield on like an end around. Brintello flips to him, and then Pedroli, the lefty, has to step away from a defender and then throws a deep pass, which is completed down inside the 10. Great play by the Hillers.
A 30-yard pickup. Buentello takes the snap. He's going to run it himself to the right side, up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown, Hillers! A 10-yard touchdown run by the junior Josh Buentello.
That's a great play. That's a really determined drive there by the Hillers, really showing that they're not going to give up. They're going to play hard, and they are going to force themselves back into this game. Great drive, great determination by Buentello coming in off the bench, which is a tough thing to do.
And now out for the extra point. That is John Winslow. And we'll see if he can make this an 11-point game.
Blocked.
Man, it's blocked, so it's going to stay 28-13.
The Hillers have 13, Oliver Ames 28.
Now the defense needs to come out and kind of do the same thing they did the last play and last drive and hold Oliver Ames to a turnover on downs the last time, which was great. But hopefully just keep them from getting anywhere and giving the ball right back to the Hillers.
So the Hillers trail by 15, but they get some momentum. Buentello provides the spark this offense needed. And they went in about 3 minutes, 25 seconds, 45 yards to the house, or actually 55-yard drive to the house. Result, a 10-yard touchdown run by none other than Josh Buentello.
Yeah, but the big play was the trickeration that they pulled out there by the Hillers, and that was a fantastically designed play and really executed very well. And Pedroli really avoided disaster, almost got tackled in the backfield for a loss, but was able to scoot away from the defender and throw the deep pass right on target to the wide open receiver.
Well, Wally, now if you really want to get back into this game, make things interesting.
Onside kick?
You can get the ball back. That's a little too interesting. You never know, though. Oh, they're going to do it! Along the far side, and it looks like Oliver Ames has it.
Oh, I could feel it.
You called it.
I could feel it. Right at the last second, as soon as you asked me, I said, they're going to say, what the heck? And then they did.
Well, I was going to say, have your defense go out there, make a stop, and get the ball back, but...
Well, now we're gonna hope that happens.
All right, yeah, I don't know what it is.
Well, Oliver Ames going to have a short field here. They're going to start this drive at the 49-yard line. 2:18 left to go. Oliver Ames looking to go 51 yards for the score here. Let's see if the Hiller defense can clamp up. A run up the far side, and that's a pickup of 3 or 4 yards. On the carry was Ryan Loring.
Ball was carried by Ryan Loring, picked up about 4 yards.
Yeah, so it's going to get him about 2nd and 7 here.
Unless he moves it again.
And it's going to be another run. And this time they're going to find a little more space and get about 5 yards or so.
Yeah, we're looking at about 3rd and 2 here.
Ryan Loring on the
3rd and
carry,
2,
brought
yeah.
down by Will Boucher.
Loring gets the call there, and first down would be big for Oliver Ames.
Yeah, sure would.
They're still in that hurry-up offense, Wally.
Yeah. They want to, like I said, I think they just want to keep pushing the pedal to the metal and just keep scoring, and not give any hope to the Hillers.
And here's Callender, the big man. He stopped short, it looks like.
And we got a flag on the play. I'm going to guess a hold back here called by the referee.
It was Noah Taxon who took him down. No, it's Taxon, a junior for the Hillers. And we'll see what the flag is about. Oliver Ames is marching back, so I think this is going to be against them. We're going to have a hold against the Tigers.
But hold on Oliver Ames.
So that is going to make it third down once again.
Mm-hmm.
But it will march Oliver Ames back.
And 3rd and 12 here.
3rd and 12 for the Tigers.
So they back up all the way into their own territory to the 47. Third and 12 to go. DeLoffrey going to line it up out of the gun, takes the snap, looks up the right side, incomplete. Good coverage upfield by number 6, Matt Bernardin.
Yeah, good coverage right there. Off-target throw, but could be because of the good coverage.
Intended target was Andrew Whiteside.
That's a big defensive play. Now it's going to be 4th and long, and Oliver Ames looks like they're going to come out and punt.
Well, the defense gets the job done.
Right, just like we hoped.
Our dreams are coming true, Wally.
Oh, I'm gonna get a lottery ticket tonight, right? If that's the case.
Oliver Ames set to punt it away.
Ooh, get back.
Oh, boy. Can't do that.
It's the story of the Hiller season.
Oh, now I got to change up the
And now they're going to go for it on 4th and 2.
Offsides on the
Well, that'd be
Hillers.
5 yards.
Yeah, right, 4th and 7.
7. Well, they're going to discuss if they're going to go
right,
for
they're
it.
gonna talk
They
about it.
ran back to the sideline. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go
Right.
for it.
I assumed they were taking the punt team off, but yeah, they were just going over to talk it over. Looks like they're going to still punt.
It's still 4th down, right?
Yeah, I think, if you're Oliver Ames, it's too risky not to. Your defense
And the
has
chain gang has moved to a 1st and 10 situation, and the offense is on the field now.
and the official's going to reorganize the chain gang.
It's going to be 4th and 6.
A big thank you to the chain gang, by the way. They are volunteers. D2 quarterfinals update at the end of the 3rd quarter. Wellesley and Bishop Feehan tied at 7 apiece. Another score, Walpole leading Billerica 7-0. Playoff action, Foxborough leading Dedham 20-0 at the end of the 1st quarter.
And the officials here still talking it over with the sideline on the far side.
It was 4th and 12 and 5 to 6.
Yeah, I think
So they're still trying to figure out
they're
where the
trying to-
chain gang should be.
they didn't have to move there.
But the issue really is that they're not punting, so they need the line to gain to be on the field.
Oh, that's right.
That's wrong.
And now it's 4th and
Yeah,
5.
he's going to come over here, I think, and should be 4th and 6 or 7.
That's wrong.
Another official's timeout here.
Yeah, it should be like 4th and 7 or 6.5.
Well, how about another playoff update?
Okay, let's have it.
North Attleboro leading Westboro 35-7, so things looking good for North Attleboro. BC High leading Springfield Central
Springfield Central.
27-12.
All right, I have a text to send.
I ain't going to tell them that, but the scoreboard is right.
All right, so here we go. Now it looks like we've got everything back to normal. 4th and 6, and the offense is on the field. They're not going to punt.
This is surprising. Oh, boy.
Oh, they got him
were trying to
again.
get him to jump, and it
And
looks
they
like
did.
they did.
They did.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Now it's going to be 4th and 1.
Coach Sanborn can't be happy with that. 4th and 2. That's going to make it 4th and 2 to go. Well, actually, I guess
4th and 1. Yeah, it's
they're
going
giving
to
them
be
4th and 1 for some reason. Should be 4th and 2, but
Yeah, we're dealing with fractions out there. Now, if I was all the Ames, I'd try to make them jump again and get the first down.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I don't think they're going to snap it instantly. We'll see. Clock is stopped at 48 seconds left to go. This has been an
interesting one.
Interesting situation.
This has been an adventure here for the officials and the chain gang.
There you go. That looks better.
All right, here we go.
Fourth and a longer one.
They are keeping the offense out there. DeLawfrey going to hand it off, run up the middle, and he's got it, I think. That was Callender. It looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but gave it an extra push and was able to burst through. And rough situation for the Hillers. You had him stopped, you had him punting.
You had him back
and then you
fourth
jumped,
and 12.
You jumped not once, but twice.
It really been the story of the Hiller season. You get yourself in an advantageous position, and then you sabotage yourself with the turnover or a couple of penalties.
Clock is continuing to count down. Looks like Oliver Ames might let the quarter run out. Certainly can't blame him, might as well. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, it is Oliver Ames 28, Hillers 13. Hopkinton still in this game, but that situation certainly didn't help them. As they were about to have Oliver Ames punted away, jumped off sides twice, and just an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, really a strange turn of events there. Like I said, they had him in an advantageous position. Fourth and real long, 4th and 12, and then 2 penalties to bring it to a 4th and long 1. And next thing you know, Oliver Ames has the first down very relatively easily instead of making them work for it with a long fourth down.
Well, Wally, whatever happens tonight, there's one thing that's certain. We'll be here Thanksgiving morning for the season finale as the Hopkinton Hillers take on the Ashland Clockers. 10 a.m. kickoff. And the cheerleaders doing a terrific job, as always, getting the fans going. We are ready to continue on. We have switched ends, and we are ready to start the fourth quarter. Tom Nappy, Wally Henneberry, happy to be on the call with you this Friday night. Our crew, Mike Tarosian, Denise Untaki, doing a great job as usual. And what do we have here? It looks like a timeout, some confusion for Oliver Ames, it appears. So they'll take a timeout, talk things over. Another playoff update. Old Rochester leading Norton at the half, 21-10 is the score in that game.
No timeouts.
And also at the half, Grafton leading Marblehead in playoff action, 14-0. St. John's Prep leading Methuen in the third quarter, 38-7. Also playoff action, Linfield and Fairhaven tied at 14 apiece. All right, we are ready to continue on. 11:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. Oliver Ames with a fresh set of downs, working right to left across your screen. It's going to be an end around. Jacob Melton trying to find the edge, and he'll find a couple yards.
Jacob Melton on the carry.
And there's a flag on the play.
Brought down by
Could we have a hold here?
Probably. Only got a couple yards out of that. Holding, oh no, face mask on the defense. Ooh, that's another tough one. That's the second one today, 15-yarder. That's a killer.
Third straight penalty by the Hillers.
Yeah, and that really, it hurt the last time they had the 15-yard penalty, and it's going to hurt again now.
penalty on the Hillers.
Well, we know what the Hillers are going to be working on in practice this week.
Yeah.
Not jumping the snap count and trying not to get penalties. Back up to the line they go, and it's going to be a pass up the middle, is dropped.
Oh, boy.
Good coverage
What a good
by
effort on
Matt
it, too.
Bernardin. Intended target, Harold Smith.
Yeah, Smith made a good effort at it, too. He was up high. He had his hands on it, and he fumbled it, but good coverage again by Bernardin.
That brings up 2nd and 10. You know, if you're Oliver Ames, nothing is going, you know, the way the Hillers want. When you run the ball here, try to burn some clock. I mean, you go 3 and out, and maybe even if you attempt 4th down, and you certainly just don't want to give the Hillers any momentum if you're the Tigers.
Right. Yeah, just keep running it up the middle. You kill the clock.
All right, here we go. DeLawfrey going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his right, takes the snap, and he will hand it off. And it is going to be good for a couple. That was Ryan Loring on the carry before he was stopped in his tracks by Noah Taxon. That brings up 3rd down and about 9 to go. Back up to the line they go.
The scoreboard says 4th and 9.
That's
Sideline
3rd down.
says 3rd and 9.
DeLawfrey is going to throw up the right
Incomplete.
side, incomplete. So the Hiller defense comes through huge.
Pressure on the play by
But
Ryan Moore.
considering Oliver Ames is in Hiller territory, will they go for it?
Yeah, they don't look to be making a move toward any special teams units.
DeLawfrey went over to the sideline. Looks like to get the play call. And it looks like they will indeed go for it in this 4th and 9 situation from the Hiller 24-yard line. Well, the defense needs to come through here. DeLawfrey going to line it up out of the gun with Loring to his right. 2 receivers also to his right. Throws up the middle. Incomplete. Overthrows his intended target, Thomas Whiteside. And the Hillers, after all that, get a turnover on downs.
Wow, had him the whole way, right? Yeah.
That's how they planned it.
Whiteside did get open over the middle, but good pressure up the middle into DeLawfrey's face, and he was able to, pass was incomplete. He overthrew Whiteside. And now the Hillers take over on downs, which is what we had hoped all along.
The Hillers will start this drive from their own 24. 10:29 on the clock, so you do want to work relatively quickly as you're down 2 scores to get back into this game. Buentello is out there as the quarterback, and he's going to line it up out of the gun with Butkus to his right. Takes the snap, looks to his left, throws to his left, nearly intercepted. Whoa. Jacob Melton dove at the ball, nearly picked it off. A good read there by the corner.
Yeah, miscommunication there on the Hiller offense. Buentello threw that, and the receiver had already left that area. So somebody had the wrong route tree on that play, and the only person going in for that ball was a Oliver Ames defender.
In other MIA playoff action, Hudson leading Sandwich 14-7, under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll be updating you as much as we can with the MIA playoff action as well as TVL action. And the Hillers have their offense back out, hoping to get some points here. Buentello with an empty back set takes the snap. In trouble, going to take it himself up the middle, finds a little room. Fighting his way forward, continuing to fight his way forward. Still pushing the pile. Still going forward. Look at him go. And he's brought down at the 35, close to the first down.
Yeah, that might be a first down. What great team effort play. That's a first down. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't blow that dead after the first little bit of stopped action. But they kept pushing it. The whole team got involved, and really they wanted it more than Oliver Ames on that play.
Well, you can tell the Hillers want to make something happen here. Buentello, a tremendous run. Takes the snap, looks upfield, throws to his left, incomplete. A little too much in front of his intended target, Nick Pedroli.
Yeah, Pedroli was pretty well covered on that far sideline, so Buentello had to put that out in front of Pedroli, just where only he could get it, and it was just a little too far.
I'll tell you what, we've got to see Buentello. This is probably our third game out there. He really is getting more accurate with his passes, and he's certainly a guy that will more than likely be back on the team next year, considering he's a junior, but certainly has a bright future.
I think so too, and I agree. I think he has improved every game we've seen him, and he's a pretty dynamic athlete. He does well as a running back and a defensive back, and as a quarterback when they need him. So I think it's been pretty impressive.
He's going to run it here, testing the right side of the defense, and finds maybe a couple yards, but he is dragged down by the captain, Thaddeus Bloomfield.
Yeah, he tried to go left around the end there. He got a couple yards, but yeah, he went down kind of hard. But I don't think he minds. He's out there playing.
Oh, he's a warrior. So he picks up a couple, 3rd and 7. Hillers need to get some yards here. But 4th down, going for it on 4th down, certainly not out of the realm of possibilities with just 9 minutes left.
Yeah, 3rd and 7 here.
Out of the gun, takes the snap, under pressure, rolls to his right, finds a little
Plenty of room.
Cutting upfield, a 40 down,
First
45,
down.
and a first down as he's dragged down at around the 48. What a gainer there for Buentello.
Big scramble for 12 yards there for the first, or 10 yards, but got the first down by 2.
He took a big hit, too.
Yeah, he did. He's walking slowly back to the huddle.
But he is fighting his way through this game.
For every yard. He's put the team on his back.
Yeah, exactly. Up to the line they go. A fresh set of downs from the 48. Buentello with a back to his left. And, oh no, that is Pedroli. Talk about some wildcat.
Yeah.
Pedroli finding room along the far side. Pushed out of bounds at around the first down marker.
Yeah, he's going to be close to a first down over there.
First down.
Hard to see
I think they're
from
going to
here.
give it to him.
Yeah, they are by a couple of yards. It's hard to see from this angle and the far side. And a lot of dust.
Well, the Hiller offense
Starting to come
wearing
alive.
down on this Oliver Ames defense.
Starting to come alive.
It's been very impressive the last couple of drives.
Yeah, this is like the grandparents here will enjoy this. It's like Peter Frampton. Frampton comes alive. Here we are. The Hillers come alive out here today.
Buentello with a back to his left takes the snap
Pedroli.
and throws a rocket up the middle. It's complete to Lucas Reed.
That's Pedroli.
Oh,
the lefty.
Pedroli.
Yeah, the lefty throwing out there.
When in doubt, bring in the baseball player. Hillers with a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, but Buentello was lined up wide right on that play. He's back behind center now in the backfield in the shotgun, and we got a timeout here.
Timeout, Oliver Ames.
Oliver Ames says they've got to look things over. They've said we've had enough of Pedroli and Buentello. We got to do something about those guys.
Well, the Hillers are pulling out all the tricks, and it's paying off, Wally.
Yeah, I do like the unconventional plays that they're throwing out there, and they're not desperate looking. They look like they've practiced them well, and they're executing them well.
Well, they're having trouble breaking through this defense, and they said, you know what? Why don't we try to confuse them a little bit?
Right.
And they're moving guys all around. You got 1 minute you'll have Buentello as quarterback, then you'll have Pedroli as quarterback with Buentello lined up as the receiver.
Right.
And they're just creating confusion, and it's working.
Right, it is working, and it's great to see. You want to come away with something positive from a game like this, and I think now you're seeing that positive thing. They're not going to go quietly. They're going to continue to score, hopefully score, and they don't want to get blown out, and their offense is starting to move the ball with a little bit of confidence, and I think that's the positives you're going to take from this game.
Well, we have a final in Ashland. Ashland defeated Medfield in non-playoff action. 42-8 was the final. Hillers are ready to continue on. Buentello with a back to his right, takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking upfield, launches it, and it is
Intercepted.
Wow.
That was
Harold Smith. What a play.
the receiver and the defensive back both had their hands on the ball, and the defensive back was able to come away with it. That was actually not a bad-looking pass. Like I said,
That
the
was just
receiver had his
tremendous
hands on it.
coverage.
Yeah, the receiver had his hands on the ball.
Somehow Harold Smith able to pull that in. Pass was slightly underthrown, but it was right in the area of Liam Grady. And a huge turnover for Oliver Ames.
Yeah, that's like a true 50-50 ball. Both guys had their hands on the ball, so the Hillers were this close to coming away with a touchdown.
So they get the ball back with 7:44 left to go. They're going to run it here. And there's a carry by Ryan Loring for maybe a yard or so.
Ryan Loring on the carry, taken down by Evan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Warren.
Long 7.
That brings up 2nd and 7. They ended up giving them some forward progress there.
And now they're going to take their time coming to the line, use up all their time as they're playing now. They want to burn the clock because they've seen what the Hiller offense can kind of do in spurts. So they all right, we'll keep the ball and we'll just let the clock be our friend.
Well, and I'd imagine they want to keep their defense off the field as long as possible, too. They've been out there quite a while in this half.
Right. Now the Hillers stopped them right there again. So the defense is starting to come alive, too.
Well, the one very positive note I can say about the Hillers is their defense has completely shut down the Oliver Ames run game as well.
And I think that's a big positive, especially what we've seen over the year, where the run defense has had trouble all year, and now they're really starting to
and they've had more trouble against the run than the pass.
That's what I'm saying. The run defense has had a lot of trouble this year, and they're now today's game, the run defense is playing better than the passing defense.
DeLawfrey out of the gun with a back to his left, and he is going to be
he got away from the
trouble
sack.
And roll to his left under pressure, finds some room, and he gets a first down and more.
DeLaurie on the carry.
Able to make something out of nothing. He crosses the 45 and brought down at around the 37. We have an injury on the field. 28-13, 6:01 left in the fourth quarter. We'll step away on H-Camp. Welcome back. That was Joseph Taba for Oliver Ames, who was a little shook up, but he sprung up and is walking under his own power, so that's certainly great to see. 6:01 left to go. 1st and 10. Oliver Ames, fresh set of downs, trying to burn the clock and collect the victory.
Yeah, big scramble there by DeLawfrey there to get the first down, where he was kind of, they had pressure in the backfield. The Hillers were able to let that one slip away.
Well, I'd say, if Oliver Ames comes away with this game, that's probably the play of the game right there. But here's Callender up the middle into Hiller territory.
Yeah, big 18-yard run right there.
All the way to the Hiller 45.
Callender with the carry finally brought down by Gabe Capazzo and Evan Gronemeyer.
I'll tell you, this Oliver Ames offense, they got some good weapons.
Yeah, and that kid Callender is a big kid out there running with the ball. He looks
He's
bigger
fast.
than everybody else.
He's like a freight train kind of running back.
I don't know if it's because he's so upright, he just looks taller than everybody else, but I think he's just a big kid.
Well, he works out a lot.
Yeah, right. All right.
Out of the gun they go. It is Callender in the backfield, and it's going to be a run up the middle. This time the defense ready for it.
Yeah,
he picks up about a yard.
Got a yard there. Yeah, he eats a big breakfast every morning, I heard.
Callender on the carry, taken down by
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 to go for the Tigers, who really, or their mission here is just keep that clock moving. We're now
Right.
under 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, in the final 5, right? And they're going to take their time.
Well, if you're the Hillers, I mean, really, if you want any chance at anything, you have to clamp down on right now. You can't let them have another first down.
No, yeah, first down pretty much would seal the game.
Out of the gun they go. Calendar the back to the right of DeLoffrey. Takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off. And it's going to be another couple yards there. And I stand incorrected. That was Ryan Loring.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield, but he was able to cut upfield for 2 yards
Taken down by Evan Fitzpatrick.
or a yard.
Well, congratulations to Grafton. They beat Marblehead 35-0 in the Division IV state quarterfinal. They're moving on. And an update from Old Rochester. The Norton Lancers trailing 28-10 with 10.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. .328 and counting left to go, and Oliver Ames facing a 3rd and 7, looking to continue this drive and continue moving the clock. DeLoffrey with the back to his left, play action, back to pass, going to roll to his left, and will be stopped along the near side, dragged out of bounds at around the 37.
Yeah, the
That is-
secondary really did their job on that play. DeLoffrey had nowhere to go with that ball.
First down marker was at the 35. They mark him, looks like only a yard back, so they gave him
That'll bring up a 4th down.
about a yard of progress, but it's a 4th and 1. I mean, if you're Oliver Ames, don't you just go
you
for
gotta
it?
Push it. Yeah, you just got to push right through. Yeah, if you punt it, you're going to gain about 15 yards. So you push right through, get the first down, and you salt the game away. If you don't, you put your chin straps on and defense, and you go out there and you slug it away.
Well, you couldn't have made that any more simple. DeLoffrey going to hand it off. It's Calendar, and he's going to slip a
they're
tackle,
keeping the-
and he's got it. I think he's got it. Oh, it's close. Closer than I thought.
Here on the carry.
Let's see where they mark him.
Yeah, tough run there.
On
But the Hillers looked like they were going to keep him, but he pushed right
Yeah,
through.
he got it. Great stop by Danny Boulos, who nearly had him before the first down.
First down, Oliver.
Yeah, and that's 2:45 to go now, and so that kind of like really puts the Hillers in desperation mode at this point.
If I don't see you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. You too.
Well, the Tigers got a nice drive going, and they have had the ball for over 5 minutes now.
Yeah, their goal isn't even to score here. They'll be happy if they do, but I think if they just run out the clock, they'll be happy.
There's Calendar again, a couple more yards.
We got a timeout Hopkinton here.
Timeout, Hopkinton.
They'll reserve some time before the 2-minute warning. No 2-minute warning in high school
No.
football. There should be, though. I think every
Tom, you just gave
football
the clock guy a heart attack over there.
big thank you to Joe Hayes.
I don't
Always
wanna
nice
see a
having him in the
I don't
booth.
want to see a political commercial again. Already, buddy. I've had enough of it.
How about a BC High update? They're now up 34-24 with 3:22 left to go.
Looks good for the Eagles there at BC High.
Certainly does. And they will snap and throw up the far side.
Intercepted.
It's intercepted.
Intercepted.
It is intercepted.
So the Hillers still have some life. And that was daring, and that was Danny Boulos.
Yeah, big play there.
I don't know what they were thinking, Wally, doing that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
They were thinking they were just going to have some
You
fun.
almost had this game iced.
Yeah, they should have.
And, the Hopkins, it still has a long way to go to get back in it, but you at least gave him some life.
Yeah, you're telling me there's a chance.
Well, the Hillers offense will come to the field and try to work really quickly here.
Yeah, they got a long way to go with just 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see how they operate here with the short clock.
And BC High, they're playing Springfield Central, by the way. I failed to mention that during my update. Back to the line they go. And Buentello going to take the snap. He rolls to his right, throws it up the near side, incomplete. Intended target, Nick Pajoli.
Yeah, they're working toward the sidelines, which is nice. A deeper pass, so they're not going like for screen passes there. That would have been a first down, but overthrew him. But would have been using the sideline to help them manage the clock.
That'll make it 2nd and 10 for the Hillers.
Only 5 seconds off the clock on that play.
And they need to try to get a big play here. 2:01 left to go.
Here comes the blitz.
Buentello under pressure, throws up the right side, nearly intercepted.
Almost
It was
intercepted.
batted away by the defender. Good coverage by John Pedro, the senior.
Broken up by John Pedro.
I think Mike's trying to tell us the crowd was excited because Walford McManus came into the game for Oliver Ames, and he's a senior lineman. Buentello back out to the huddle. Clock stopped at 1:54. Well, Oliver Ames, they could have kept running the ball, burned more clock, but instead they tried some trickery, a little play action pass, and it was intercepted. So the Hiller offense trying to get something going quickly. Buentello takes the snap under pressure,
Oh boy.
and he is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. And he took a hard hit there.
And the clock is going to keep ticking here. 1:36 to go.
Buentello on the carry, taken down by Aiden Ayub.
And that's going to be 4th and 10 here.
Well, time quickly running
They're
out.
going to take their time to punt it to give Oliver Ames the least amount of time left with the ball.
BC High and Springfield Central are now final. BC High gets the 41-36 win.
Oh, no, they're not going to punt. I thought they ran the punter out onto the field, but they didn't. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 10.
Yo, you have to.
Yeah, right.
Buentello back to pass. Throws up the middle, and it is caught.
What a catch.
What a catch by Liam Grady.
Wow.
And the Hillers, they're not giving up just yet. They move the chains and have a fresh set of downs at the 36.
Hillers, first down.
Great catch over the middle. It went up
That was
high
a
to get that.
tremendous
Yeah.
catch. Had to reach around over the defender. Buentello going to run it to the sideline and take it out of bounds to stop the clock. Got very close to the first down.
Yeah, that's up 8 yards.
Taken out of bounds by John Pedro.
We'll see where they mark him. It looks like they're going to mark him a yard short. So 9-yard pickup for Buentello. 37 seconds left on the clock.
I wish the guy would look at the guy with the down mark.
What play do you call here, Wally?
Yeah, the one where you need where you get a first down, but you get out of bounds to stop the clock. One of those plays.
Absolutely.
Yeah, quick little out to the sideline.
Buentello with the back to his left, two receivers to his right. Takes the snap under pressure, gets rid of it.
Nice block by 57.
And along the far side goes Butkus, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, big block there by Captain Sean Baker to spring him. He was going nowhere until Sean Baker laid out the defender. And we've got a timeout by the Hillers here.
was an 8-yard pickup by Butkus to move the chains. The Hillers going to talk things over. 27 seconds left, so whatever you do, it's got to be really quick.
Got to do it quickly. And they're right at midfield here.
Well, you got to appreciate what the Hillers have done today. I mean, they've had some mishaps and, some unnecessary penalties you don't really want to have, but they haven't given in. They have kept fighting this whole game.
And they've moved the ball better in the second half than they did in the first half. So they've kind of opened things up in the second half, and whatever it is that they decided to do, a little change in their philosophy has worked.
It'll be interesting to see who will be out there against Ashland, and are you going to see a lot more Buentello, I mean, based on the success he had tonight? Or is it going to be Rivard getting the start? And, Rivard probably more the passing quarterback, but when you got to go to a run pass mix type of thing, Buentello might be the guy you want out there.
He's been much better tonight than he was when we first saw him in the season, the first game that Rivard was out. Nice
empty
pass.
back set, throws a bullet up the middle, connects at the 30 with John Winslow, but he could not get out of bounds.
They're racing to the line here. Brentello's trying to get the play called as they get to the line.
Clock stopped or
just to
now
move the
going.
chains, yeah.
And we'll see what he does here. He's going to snap it and roll to his right, looking towards the end zone, airs it out to Pedroli, and he was out of bounds.
And we've got 3 seconds left here, so they got time for one more play.
Well, a good effort by the Hillers. We'll see if they're able to get one last score to wrap up the night.
They got plenty of time to think about what they want to do here. This clock is stopped.
And you'd imagine it's going to be probably just a go route,
right?
And just send everyone to the end zone.
Yeah, but they would have scored.
Wintello lined up with an empty back set.
We got 5 receivers out there.
Looking to his left, under pressure,
Oh boy.
shaking off the defender for now. He's way back at his own 46, unleashes it, and it's intercepted, and there's your ball game. And that's how it will end. Final score, 28-13. Oliver Ames gets the win, but the Hillers kept fighting and really made it a game in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, they really let Oliver Ames know that they weren't going to go away quietly. They really started to move the ball, and kind of, they let Oliver Ames know that they weren't going away. So Oliver Ames still had to play hard to finish that game off.
Well, Wally, obviously we would have liked a Hiller win, but this was a fun one.
It was a fun one there. Things had to happen in the second half there that were exciting. So that was really good. We saw a lot of interesting plays that they haven't thrown out there yet this year, like the double pass that didn't quite work, and then the halfback up, or the wide receiver swing pass for the deep completion that really worked really well. So, and a little bit of wildcat formations out there with Pedroli under center. So that stuff was really exciting, and I really liked watching that.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the Hiller offense, they're on to something, especially something they could implement next season when it's likely going to be Buentello getting the start at quarterback. That they'll have a lot of receivers and weapons returning as well, but I think they found something here with their offense that even going against a stingy defense like Oliver Ames, they can find a way to work around it.
Right, and the trick is going to be more consistent with that stuff.
Well, that is just about going to do it for our coverage here tonight. A big thank you to Denise Untaki and Mike Terosian. For my broadcast partner, Wally Hannaberry, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score, Oliver Ames defeats the Hillers 28-13. Oliver Ames now 5-5. Hillers fall to 2-8. And we will see you on Thanksgiving morning for a 10 a.m. kickoff. as we have the 100th meeting between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Ashland Clockers. But thank you so much for watching tonight. Take care, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.